Sometimes when you smell a fragrance, it's like love at first sniff. I'm thinking back to the first time I smelled fragrances like L'Homme from YSL, 1270 from Rapan, and Aventus to a certain extent. And then sometimes fragrances, they catch you totally by surprise. That's my experience with Velvet Patchouli from Dolce and Gabbana. And this is everything you need to know in 8 pulse points. Now, pulse point number 1, this is full throttle patchouli. If you are not a patchouli lover, if that note catches you off guard a little bit, look somewhere else, because this is unapologetically patchouli. And when I say patchouli, I mean like the essential oil patchouli. Very authentic, very in your face patchouli. Pulse point number 2, if you think about other popular patchouli fragrances like from the Mugler house, even Gucci Guilty, I think has a good dose of patchouli. This is not that. This is earthy, more so damp and earthy. To tell you what this smells like in the opening to me is a damp, moist potting soil. Pulse point number 3. I know the question you're probably having is, well, why would you want to smell like that? Well, I thought the same thing before I actually start wearing this and testing it. And when you get to the mid, this fragrance morphs into something different, and one that actually is very reminiscent. The patchouli note in here is very reminiscent to Straight to Heaven by Kilian, which is one fragrance that I really liked and was on my to buy list. These two fragrances they're not the same, they don't smell the same, but in the patchouli note in particular is very similar to that particular note to my nose. Pulse point number 4, what makes this scent different than that scent is it has this sweet ambery woody dry down that Straight to Heaven does not have. Pulse point number 5. Now this particular fragrance causes nose fatigue to me, meaning after about 5 or 6 hours I can't smell it and I think it's gone. But I have on the second half of the day, that 7, 8, 9 hour mark, I've gotten compliments and comments from how it smells. Like, oh, you smell nice, or somebody's wearing something to that nature. So it's still performing, it's still projecting. It's just I can't smell it after about that 5 or 6 hour mark. I can't smell it. Pulse point number 6. If I had a criticism of this scent, I would say that it feels rushed. So if you smell the cap, you could smell what I believe are top notes, and I'm not exactly sure what those notes are, but it's kind of transparent and light. But as soon as you spray that, it goes away. You can't hardly smell that at all within the first, I would literally say between the first 10-15 seconds. That goes away and you kind of get that damp potting soil, and then you kind of move into that patchouli being out front and smelling a lot like Straight to Heaven by Kilian. But even that feels, I would like if that lasted, it would be great, but that lasts for me about the 3 hour mark, and then you kind of go into this sweet ambery woody dry down. Overall, it just seems like I want more from this. It just seems like the experience itself went too quick. Like there was no introduction, you went straight to the mid, then the mid wasn't that long and you went into the base. And it may be because I have that nose fatigue, but overall it just feels like a rushed experience. Pulse point number 7. Even though this is a heavy patchouli fragrance, I think it's an all-weather scent. Because it's not super sweet, I think you can get away with this in summertime, and it doesn't come across as heavy as it seems. Like when you say velvet and you think the note of patchouli, I think heavy. Maybe my experience with patchouli from the Mugler house, A-Man, Pure Havane, those are heavy, thicker fragrances. This one is a little more transparent than those, and I think you can use this in the summertime a lot easier than those. So if you do love this scent, this actually could be a signature scent that you could wear in either season. Post point number 8 and my final post point. This fragrance falls a little short of its potential. I think they could have done a little better job in the introduction, easing you into the patchouli. And I think people smell that opening and just immediately go in a different direction, because like I said, it smells literally like potting soil to my nose, and for quite a bit of time. And so I don't think people get the full experience with this fragrance, because it does turn into something beautiful. I just don't think people stick around into it. And I say that it turns beautiful. I'm actually second guessing having Straight to Heaven on my to buy list, because I think this will suit. It almost seems like I don't need that fragrance because I'll actually like this one once it gets to the base. That's all I have for you on this one. If this is your first time, please consider subscribing and hit the bell for notifications when I publish new videos, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace. This is not that.